Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. How are we today? I wanted to sit down and talk all things product with you today. So as you guys know, 2019 is drawing to a close. So I thought let's kind of talk about the products that I've loved in 2019 and just kind of talk you guys through my favourites of the year. So not all of this stuff is stuff that came out in 2019. This is just stuff that has become kind of firm favourites in my makeup bag throughout the year. There's like a little bit of skincare, a little bit of makeup, a lot of makeup, and I just kind of thought I'd chat with you guys and show you what I've been loving. Some of this stuff may be discontinued now, like limited edition and stuff, so I'm really sorry, but it's stuff that I love and I thought let's just share. So without further ado, before we get into my product roundup, pardon the fact that I look a hot mess. This makeup runs at 9 o'clock this morning. It's currently 9 o'clock at night and my hair is just as usual doing what it wants. Maybe we can start looking at hair products that will actually hold this unruly mess in place. But yeah, before I get into the product roundup, if you haven't hit subscribe, please hit the subscribe button. It would mean so much to me. And hit the bell so you don't miss any future uploads from me. Like, share, post, tell your friends, get me on Instagram, blah 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 blah, you the usual, you get what I mean. But yeah, let's round up all of 2019's favourite product releases. So we're going to start off by talking about skincare. Skincare and me have got a kind of on-off relationship like Ross and Rachel from Friends. So I go through phases where I'm so into it and then there's weeks where I literally do nothing, much to the disgust of my husband, who is a skincare obsessive and will always give me a right for not doing my full skincare routine. But you got to, but sometimes, like, lucky if I can even force myself to do something other than a face wipe. So the things that I've been loving this year mainly is actually this little set which I got from Boots. It's the Ole Henriksen Let's Get Luminous Brightening Essential set. So in this here you get the Truth Serum, you get the Cerush Gel Cream and you get the Banana Bright Eye Cream. I have been using these three religiously since probably the summer. I've bought this set 3 times now and I've also bought the Banana Bright Ice Cream full size ones as well. But I quite like buying the little set because I feel like they all kind of run out at the same time, so it's like you can just top up as you go. The favourite for me would definitely be the eye cream. The eye cream is amazing. The gel cream also is really nice. The serum I can kind of go either way on, but that's because I'm so obsessed with, as you guys know, the Nip and Fab Dragon's Blood serum. But the Truth Serum is really nice as well, but I just feel like the Dragon's Blood serum by Nip and Fab does a whole lot more for my skin. The set I think is £40, so if you're kind of balling on a budget or you're just not wanting to invest in the full sizes of all three, this is a really good way to get started. And it's also nice to kind of get the minis if you're like going travelling or you just want to get like a little kind of pick me up before payday. This is really good. So I think I will definitely over the next few months be getting all 3 of these in full size because I am really loving them and I'm loving the finish it gives my skin. Even when I'm not wearing makeup, it gives me such a nice glow. Makeup sits on top of it so well, so yeah, I highly recommend these 3. Also, still on the skincare hype, I have also fallen in love this year with the Glam Glow Good in Bed cream. So this is a passion fruit softening night cream. It is really nice. The first thing that kind of stood out to me was I really was like, oh, the name, which is really cool, like Good in Bed. I thought it was quite clever because it's a nighttime cream. I'm not really too familiar with Glam Glow skincare. I always knew they were kind of good for these kind of like Instagram-y, kind of viral masks, but the skincare is actually really nice. I'll usually use this before bed on top of a serum, so usually it'll be my Nip and Fab Dragon's Blood Extreme Serum or sometimes the Ole Henriksen Truth Serum, then this, and then I'll usually put an oil on top. It will usually be the Kiehl's Midnight Recovery. That is my favourite. This one here is really nice. It smells really nice. It's just a kind of lightweight kind of gel base formula. This is my second one, so you know I like a skincare product when I buy it more than once, which is... So, much like 2018, 2019 has also been the year of the eyeshadow palette. There are palettes coming out left, right and centre, and I'm sure if you guys are like me, you just kind of get this really big fear of missing out. You want to buy all of them, and I have bought so many palettes this year. I'm currently looking at a big huge box right in front of me of palettes that I've used once or twice that I tell myself I won't do next year, but I probably will. But I wanted to kind of show you guys the ones that I've used the most, and to show you how I used the most, what I actually did was I went through my Instagram and I looked at what palettes I had used the most on Instagram for looks, which were my kind of everyday looks. As you guys know, I kind of post most days on Instagram, and these are the palettes that I've used the most this year. So most of them came out this year, but there's one that came out, 2 that came out the year before, but they became like my kind of favourite palettes and they are permanent, like you can still buy them, so I thought I better share them here anyway. So The first palette, so I'm going to start off with a palette that I actually spoke about in my video last year, and it still has become my kind of ongoing favourite palette, and that would be the Born to Run palette from Urban Decay. This palette here, like, mine has been very well used, but it's got everything. It's got like nice warm browns, it's got kind of plummy tones, it's got your pops of colour. If I'm ever kind of in a makeup rut and I don't know what to do, I like to pick this one up and just kind of play with it. I really like the colour story, even though it's bright colours and neutrals, they all match together really nicely. It's just got everything. If you guys haven't got this palette yet, I would really recommend getting your hands on it. I think it's one of the best palettes Urban Decay have ever done. I use mine to death, which is why it's not so camera ready today. But yeah, this is definitely a favourite palette of mine, so give that a good try. Another palette which I was actually surprised at how much I used this is the Naked Reloaded palette from Urban Decay. I think I went through, when it first came out, for like a good 3-4 months every day using this palette. It is kind of your perfect everyday neutral go-to palette. As you guys know, for me, 2019 has been a very neutral, soft glam year, and this has been the palette which has been with me for the ride for so much of it. The colours that I've used the most are these kind of copper tones in the middle, like Reputation and Burn. I love this shade Boundaries. It really reminds me of Riff, which is my favourite Urban Decay shadow. It's also in the Born to Run palette. I really like that. I love these shimmers. The formula of these is unreal. So yeah, I really like this palette. I've used it so much. It is a perfect neutral palette. I was actually kind of like, when I first seen this, I wasn't too sold on it, but it has become a really big staple in my makeup bag. I definitely recommend this one. On to new palettes this year, a palette that I used quite a bit that I really like. I've actually got in a video that I used on my channel, and it was the little mini Urban Decay palette. This is the On The Run Detour palette. So they brought out like 3 little mini versions of the Born to Run palette, and this one was my favourite. Obviously it's got this really nice kind of neon transformer shade, love. It's got nice neutral browns. It's a really perfect palette for the kind of makeup I like to do. It's warm browns with the pop of blue. It's not exactly something different for me. This is something you guys know that I love to do. So this palette is really nice. Don't think you can get it anymore, but if you can, again, I would definitely add to basket. So another palette that's definitely in my 2019 favourites would be the Morphe James Charles palette. This palette here I have used to death. I have used this so much since I got my hands on it. I got it for, not for Christmas last year, I got it just before Christmas last year, but I didn't want to put it in my favourites last year because it was so new. I haven't put this down. This is another palette much like the Born to Run, that when I am struggling with a look, I need some inspiration, like this is the palette I'll just kind of pull out. It's got everything, like it's got so many different colours. This one here, like, I need Morphe and James to get in a meeting and bring this out as a single highlighter. I love this one as a highlighter. It is so nice. I also really like to see this pale yellow right the way through to the dark brown and even the black. That's a really nice kind of warm classic matte smoke. This pale yellow shade here, which I was like, why is it so big? Like, I'm never going to use a pastel yellow to justify it being this big a pan size. I use this shadow all the time. It's so good for just blending out smokes, kind of softening everything. It's also nice to kind of brighten up your under eye. Some of the shades are really great as highlighters as well, so I really like this palette. I use it so much. I'd love to say use my code for discount and Morphe checkout, but I don't have one. But yeah, definitely get this one. So another palette that I wanted to just kind of touch on, it's kind of new, but it definitely has become a favourite of mine really quickly, and that would be the collaboration between Alexis Stone and Makeup Revolution. So Alexis brought out 2 palettes with Revolution. There was a big, huge colourful one which I really wanted, but I just couldn't justify the row of grey shadows in the middle, so I didn't buy it. But this one is like a little baby, kind of doesn't look like much, but it's little really nice kind of duochrome, like transformery shades that I just think will add a pop of colour to any look. They're really nice to kind of use on their own or layered over top of another shadow. You know I love a duochrome transformer moment, so this palette's great. It's like £10. If you're looking to add a pop of colour or something just really different and quick to your makeup, I would definitely check this one out. It's really became a fast favourite of mine. I use it all the time in a corner highlights on top of shadows. Really like this one, so defo recommend. Okay, so while we're on the subject of eyes, there is some more eye products that I need to talk to you guys about. So there is another favourite product of mine. I'm so sorry you can't get these anymore. If you can see them somewhere and you can find them, I would add all to basket. So these are the Heavy Metal Glitter Gels by Urban Decay. I don't know if you guys have seen my video with these. They are like a loose the colours glitter in a gel. You can put them on, they're so sparkly, they are insane. I am obsessed with these. The limited edition, don't think you can get them anymore, but honestly, like, if you can see these online, I would highly recommend them. Obviously, chunky glitter is bomb for summer. I really hope these get brought back because I have been obsessed with them this year. They just add a touch of sparkle to any look. The first time I ever got this one, I put it on and I was sitting in Starbucks, full beat of course, glitter out to my nowhere. This is the shade Distortion, and I literally cut to him and was like, oh my god, what is in your eyes? I need to have that. And I was like, oh, it's like this new glitter from Urban. It's really good, try it. But you can't buy it, sorry. So yeah, I really like these glitter gels. They are a really nice way to add a bit of sparkle to any look. I would definitely see if you can still get them online because they're so good and I just love them so much. You guys are going to actually kill me because the other eye product I wanted to talk to you about, I also don't think you can get anymore. So these are from NYX. These are the NYX Off Tropic Pro liners. They're little like retractable coloured eye pencils. They're kind of all came in like kind of pastel neon rainbow colours. There's like blues, greens, oranges. Like the formula of these is insane. But yeah, we swatched these in the back of our hands. They look nice. They're little cute colours. Pencils are nice. We went for a little walk around the shops. We came home. We washed our makeup off. The pencils were still on our hand. They came in like really nice bright colours. I think they were really nice for summer. Pool Boy, which is this really pale blue, is gorgeous. As is So Fresh, which looks kind of green here, but on the eye it's really nice. They're just really nice for the waterline. I really wish NYX would make this a permanent formula, bring them out in all different colours. I would love a black in this formula. I think it would be so nice and creamy and blendable, especially if they got it really intensely black. I think it would become like right up there with their matte liquid liner as like an iconic product. So NYX Cosmetics product development team, if you're watching my video, let's make this happen. Oh, but yeah, really good. If you can get them again, get them. I know I'm talking about all these things that you can't get anymore or that I don't think you can get anymore, but they're definitely things that are worth looking out for online and trying to buy. If you can, go into your nearest shop first, of course, because we like to support our local high street rather than buying online. But if you can't get them in store, definitely look online for these because these, the formula is sick. And NYX, I'm begging you, please make these permanent. I have one more eye product that I forgot to talk about. Brow. You guys know, if you follow me on any form of social media, the Urban Decay Brow Blade Brow Pencil is quite possibly the best brow product I've ever used in my life. So on one side, you guys know you got your little thin brow pencil, and then on the other, you get a really cool little ink stain, so you can go right in there and draw your little brow hairs, make your brows look super microbladed. This I am obsessed with. I use the shade Brunette Betty. I've got tutorials on how to use this. Like everything I've talked about today, pretty much I've got tutorials on how to use, so just go on my channel, look it up, you'll see these products are great and that's why they are my 2019 favourites. Okay, so now we're going to get into my favourite part of the video, my favourite kind of product to buy, and that is all things complexion. So I've got a kind of list. I'm going to just work through my phone because I don't want to miss anything. Everything was laid out really neatly on this side of me. But then Harvey decided that he wanted to sit there. He always sits to my left on camera, so I know you can't see him when I'm filming, but let me tell you, my little prince is always right here when I'm filming a video, so I can't put my products there, but it's worth it to have Harvey cuddles, right? So, complexion products. What's been the favourites this year? I would say I've had a really complexion focused year, so there's lots of good products to talk about, but I'm not going to keep you guys for long, so I thought let's just run it to the ultimate favourites. So let's talk foundation. There's been one foundation this year that has blown me away. I'm sure you guys are not going to be surprised when I tell you that it is the Urban Decay Stay Naked Foundation. This foundation, guys, if you haven't tried it, like, now is the time. The formula of this is sick, it is insane, gives you such nice coverage, such a real skin finish. The wear on it is incredible. It looks freshly applied after a long ass day working. I am obsessed with this. So I kind of go between two shades. I use 41NN when I'm a little bit paler, or I like to use 50NN if I'm a little bit more tanned. I love how it builds on the skin. Like, I can't say enough good things about this foundation. It is honestly my favourite. I have done an in-depth video on this, and do you know how many people have messaged me saying, I got this foundation because of your video, I love it so much, thank you so much for introducing it to me. And you know something, I actually think it's been one of my most one of my favourite videos I ever filmed. I really liked it, I loved my skin that day. As you can see, I have went through. I think these are I've already had 2 bottles of these before in my shade. This is my kind of latest top up. It's so good. So yeah, can't say enough good things. Love, love, love. Try it. You'll love it. Thank me later. Another thing that I really, really, really have loved this year from Complexion is to follow in the same theme, of course, but it is the Urban Decay Stay Naked Concealer. This concealer is so, so good. It is like a 24-hour wear, waterproof formula, just like the foundation. The coverage is crazy. I love the little applicator. It's like a bend, so you can kind of have like full coverage or more sheer. Love it as an eye base as well. And you guys know that I'm all about that eye primer life, but this is a great, great, great eye base. So again, if you haven't tried it, try it out. This and the foundation are sick. And then another concealer that really took me by surprise this year that I really loved was the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer. This was like, it's cheap, like it is affordable AF. Big wand, kind of like your Tarte Shape Tape, of course. Really like this. The shade I've got here is a Fair Warm. It's a little bit too light for me. I really like the one I got down from that, which I think was Light Warm, but I've run out just now. But this is a really great concealer if you're wanting a really full ass coverage. Love it. Can't recommend it enough. Another Complexion product I loved this year was the Fenty Loose Powder. I can't go into why. You know it's amazing. Fenty Beauty Butter Loose Powder. Love it. You know I love a heavy bake. You know I love to snatch that face. This powder is a dream for it. The formula is so nice. It is so finely milled. It never looks cakey. It always looks just so nice in the skin. It has become a really firm favourite of mine really, really quick. And I've had this since like August, so like 3 months, and it's barely even close to being finished. So again, I would really check this out. You know I love Loose Powder. The Huda Beauty one's up there too. But I think Fenty might have just stolen the show a little bit. Speaking of powder, just a quick one, this is disgusting, but the Beauty Blender Power Puff thing, really big favourite of mine this year. If you guys can get your hands on this, like first of all buy me one. I don't know how to wash this, I don't know how, but this is really, really good. I love it for just kind of pressing it in my powder on my under eyes. It makes sure the product goes on really evenly, there's no clumps and stuff, so yeah, I really, really like this. I'm definitely going to get, I wish I could get like a bigger one, because I want to do that thing where you put the powder like all over your face as well, so yeah. Just wanted to throw it out there that this is a really good little extra if you wanted to get something else for a little treat for yourself. Unless you guys have been living under a rock, you will know that the Makeup Revolution Bronzer Reloaded is like my favourite. I've actually used it to death, the point where the package is actually smashed. So this is a really nice kind of shimmery baked bronzer. I love to use this on top of anything else. I just think it gives the skin the nicest finish. Not too glittery, not too shimmery. It's just a really nice sheen to the skin. So yeah, I really, 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 really like this one. So give it a try. It's like, again, it's Makeup Revolution. It's a few pounds, if that. So yeah, really good product. And then, I won't lie, there hasn't really been a lip product this year which has been like, blow my mind. Like, only because I am the most basic nude lip bit of gloss kind of guy you'll ever meet. So not going into too much. Here's some MAC nude lipsticks. They're from this new collection we did in the summer. It was all nude. So Bare Bling, really nice if you want a really nice like pale foundation lip. I love that one. Love You Back, a little bit darker. I like this one if I'm doing a kind of more pinky lip because it's a little bit more pink toned, but it's not too pink. It's like a pinky nude, like your lips look better type of colour. Oh Yes Baby, Pearlescent, really reminds me of that MAC Mariah Carey lipsticks that they brought out, like really nice nudes. Again, nothing too groundbreaking, but while we're at it, I'm talking about favourite lipsticks of the year. Barely any left of this one, but this is the MAC Jamie Genevieve lipstick. I would be really sad that it was run out, but I've got 2 more in backup, so I'm fine. So yeah, that's really it. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for sitting down with me and watching my 2019 favourites. I really hope you guys liked this video. Hope it gave you some inspiration of products to get for Christmas. If anyone's got their boyfriends, husbands, wives, whoever, like, watching and you're like mums and you're like, what to get for Christmas, watch this video. This is one of the best things you can get. Definitely check it out. So yeah, I hope you guys liked this video. let me know in the comments below if there's any products that I have missed that are your 2019 favourites, because I would love to try them in 2020. And let me know if there's any of these products that you've actually checked out and really liked yourself. I'd love to know. I love to talk about makeup and products with you guys. It is one of my favourite things. Yeah, be sure to hit me up on my social medias. They go here somewhere, I don't know where. And hit subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the bell button so you don't miss any future uploads from me. Give this video a big thumbs up if you like it, if you like to see more kind of hauls and favourites, because I always like to do them, but I'm never sure if anyone really wants to watch them, so I don't always do them. But yeah, let me know if you want to see more of them. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I will see you next time. See you later. Bye!